So, welcome to the pregame stream. This will take place of the Common Flock and Golden Dome this week, and the Celtics did have a press conference, but that'll cover in a video, and then there will be a Fighter from 3 next week. So next week maybe will probably be a week that we get all three podcasts again. I don't know if all of them will be in a live format or not. I'm really wondering what to do right now. I'm kind of scrambling right now because of the aftermath of the weekend with the vacation and everything, but a lot of that stuff should be planned out by hopefully Friday. So that should be on my Twitter when I do make the decision. But let's get right into it because there's not much housekeeping to talk about today before the stream starts, and we're gonna jump right into this, just talking about what to expect from this game. Now, it's going to be close. Either it's going to be close or one team's going to take the game and run with it. That's how these rivalries usually can be. And the last time these two teams played, it was close. The last couple times, it's been somewhat close. I'm saying this off the top of my head, so if I am wrong, every once in a while off the top of my head, it's my fault. Usually I at least know some of the stuff off my head, but with how this game should go, it should be Philly and Dallas competing through a lot of the game. I don't know if we're going to be able to win, though. Now you have inactives along the defensive line for Dallas, which does help because there is no Mailata this week. Brandon Brooks is IR'd with a pectoral injury, though it's not season ending. He should be back at some point, and this dude's an android, so who knows when he'll be back. But yeah, so Dillard's going to be at left tackle. And hopefully he doesn't get put on his back too much. And at some what side is Parsons playing on? If somebody's watching and can tell me which side Parsons is playing on, because I honestly don't remember. Thank you, because and if you know what side he's playing on, you know, and whoever's on him, that could be a struggle. It could not be. I don't know. It all depends on how this plays out. If it's on Dillard, yeah, it's not gonna be a struggle. It's gonna be a struggle for Dillard because Dillard's not that good of a tackle. But as I say that, I'm gonna watch me get proved wrong. That'd be awesome, but I probably won't. But anyways, this is gonna be a weird game, and I mean, you've heard a lot of preaching from the coaching staff and Sirianni about this is Dallas hate week. We need to beat Dallas. That's a good thing. I'm glad to hear that from the coaching staff. I want to hear that dedication to beating Dallas because you know the fans want it too. But here's the thing. Saying it's one thing and making it happen is another, and that comes down to play calling. Play calling's got to get better. You can't be as aggressive and leave points on the board because that's going to kill your game. It's going to kill your team. It's going to demoralize your team if you can't convert and can't get those points. And at the end of the day, if you're not converting, if you're not getting those points and you're leaving them off the board, all while you're screwing yourself. And that's what happened last week when we ended up losing to the Niners. The offense ended up showing up too little too late, and that's on both parties, the players and the coaching, because there was some bad play calling, but there was some bad execution, like bad. So I was going to say, I want to write out the tweet for the stream quick, so I'm going to take a second, because I can't do this all at the same time, because trying to think while I'm doing 8 things at once isn't fun. Or very efficient for me, but... Actually, I won't tweet out for the stream. If people come in, they come in. If they don't, they don't. I've seen somebody popping in and out here and there. So if you're still in the chat, say what's up, at least. Because I'm here alone. And as much as I love talking to myself, I don't like the sound of my voice. I'm so glad I can't hear it right now. But hey, this time I'm just glad we had no errors. We didn't have any mic errors. I wasn't wearing headphones off the bat when I don't need them. Good day. The only good thing about today. But either way, this game's going to be a test for the coaching staff to see what Sirianni and Steichen and Gannon are going to be doing better, where they should be doing better and everything. And this is another test for them. Because as much as I'd like to say the Cowboys secondary isn't the greatest, they're not something you should be scared of, like a top 5 secondary, but they're not bad either. They're not how do you say it? They're not Jets level, but they're not Browns level either. That Browns secondary, I am scared of. A lot of young guys, but a lot of young, good players. Uwusu Koromoa actually had a good game last week. But, yeah, let's save that. Let's save that for either later when I get into the Notre Dame segment or at some point. But, yeah, either way, this game's going to drive me to down a couple Cerenex tonight because I've got 4 left, and I guarantee they will all be gone by the end of the night. If you can't tell, that's not a good thing. At least for me, it is and isn't, because I will have a headache after. But this game's definitely going to be one that comes down to the wire if things go right. I'd love to see a Philadelphia win, but I just don't know. It's that much of a split game, a 50-50 game, that I can't really tell you who's going to win. I can say one or the other, but I'm not 100% sure of my answer right now. But yeah, I think it will be decided by a last-minute score on the last drive, and that is going to be very big. Whether that be Philly or Dallas that rolls down the field, I don't know what the score or what's going to happen. I have no idea, but it's definitely going to be a good game. It's going to be exciting. Thankfully, Zach Ertz made it back off the COVID list and is active for this game. I am so glad. I am so glad he is back. I like to see my boy Zach back on the squad. Because now I don't have to worry as much. Now we just need to go to our tight ends more than 4 times. Because I think that's part of what screwed us last week, was we didn't go to our tight ends. We went to everybody but our tight ends. Yeah, I'll dive into this tweet. Nick Sirianni has been building up the magnitude of this rivalry, according to John Clark. He, in a team meeting last night, showed a video about the importance of beating Dallas, narrated by some Eagles greats, and with some clips of Eagles in college excelling in their rivalry games. That's one way. That's one way to drive your coaching staff. I don't necessarily know if that's going to work or not. I hope, because I love beating Dallas, so let's hope. Let's hope. So inactives are Gardner Minshew, not surprising. Rodney McLeod sucks. I wish he could have been back for this game, but if he's limited through the last practice of the week, he likely won't be back if it continues. Davion Taylor, okay. Jordan Mailata and Jack Anderson. Sua Opeta was activated from the practice squad, and I'm guessing he's going to be playing backup guard, but I don't know. I'm not necessarily sure who's going to be that backup tackle behind Mailata, and I'm kind of worried because Notre Dame had problems. They had freshman Blake Fisher go down week 1. And then they had a sophomore come in, Joe Alt, the backup, and he struggled. I don't want, and then they had a third guy come in. I don't want Philly to have the same thing happen. Because if the same thing happens here, oh, it's going to be a nightmare. And I don't want Philly to start copying Notre Dame in some ways, because that's just that's going to send me down. That's going to send me down the hole, and I don't want to. I don't want to. That's Notre Dame's got its own set of problems that we don't need Philly to mimic. We've got our own problems. We don't need to mimic the quarterback play, especially. That would be a nightmare. Oh, that would be so bad. Because I say this all the time, and this is going to turn into a slogan until Cohen leaves. The more I watch him, the more I get disappointed. When he went down, I was like, well, Butchner time. Butchner never came in. It was Drew Pine. I was like, all right, let's see what Drew Pine can do. And team comes back. Comes and wins it 41-13. Okay. Cohen may be back next week. I don't want to get disappointed even more. But hey man, I keep joking that he's disappointing, and sometimes he is. I don't want Philly to turn into that, because if so, I'm good. I don't want to see this 2 days in a row every week. I already have to witness it one day. But yeah, this is going to be very interesting. I'm glad that Sirianni did do this, because it shows his dedication to this rivalry. And well, let's hope the injuries don't necessarily kill us going into this game, because if they do, well, we start off 1-2, and I don't think we want to start off 1-2. All right, what else do I have? I had something else to talk about. I have no clue. Oh, that's what I was going to talk about. Okay, I got it now. I'm sane. I'm here. It's coming back to me. Now I will carry this. I'll try to carry the stream till the game starts, and then I will be ending. Usually Lindy will do a stream, and I'll hang out there. Although I don't know if he's doing one this week. I really hope he is. I don't think he is. Lindy, if you're here, let me know. You probably aren't, but if not, I should be on Vic 3's live stream at 11:30. That's going to end up being a post game. It's a round table. So I will be there. I'm just noting, because I don't want to forget it at the end of the stream, because I've done that before where I've forgotten announcements. So I may as well say it now that I'll be on that at 11:30. But all right. So let's get into what I was going to talk about. This team, so some players got to step up. And whether this be a byproduct of scheming or what have you, play calling, there's got to be some changes. You got to start spreading the ball around more. Rieger, Quez, you haven't really heard their name. Well, Quez, you have heard his name called. Smith, you've heard his name called. Rieger, you haven't. JJ, you haven't. Ward, you haven't. We haven't heard. I don't think we've heard Ward's name more than like 3 times. Spread the ball around. Same goes for the tight ends. All offseason, or in the end of the offseason, we were like, oh yeah, we got this loaded tight end room. Last week, the first 2 tight ends weren't used, and were barely used, and we never saw Stoll. Tyree is injured. Richard Rodgers is on the practice squad, when it should be the other way around. Jack Stoll is on practice squad, and Richard Rodgers is on the active roster. I don't make the decisions, even though I wish I could. It's still annoying. But you got to spread the ball to them too, because that way it keeps your offense unpredictable. It opens up the playbook. And if something doesn't work, you've got a lot of other options. Running game, we've only been going through Gainwell and Sanders, and we went through them a lot last week. That's good. They were used a bit in the passing game too. That's good. But you can't only rely on them and then start only relying on the passing game. Don't make yourself one-dimensional. I don't care if you move back from. I don't care if you switch from running game to passing game, running game, blah blah blah. Don't keep yourself one-dimensional. Don't keep yourself only excelling at one thing at one time. You got to be able to do a lot of different things or a lot of things at the same time. If you can't, you're going to lose. That's what happened, and you got to step up. Hurts has been doing good. He's made some rookie mistakes, bad reads, not making the right read to an open guy, although every quarterback does that. He's made some questionable forced throws that I don't necessarily think he should have forced in the first place. But that's neither here nor there. That should be expected from a guy just starting his first full season in his second year. There's going to be some kinks to iron out along the way. Every quarterback, there's always kinks to iron out along the way. But going back to running backs quick, we've heard nothing about Miles Sanders. No name calls, barely touched the field. A little bit of special teams. Get him the ball. I don't care. You've got 3 running backs. You've run a little. I want to see a little bit of 2 running back sets. I want to see them use this guy because I have a lot of faith in Boston Scott. I think he can be good. You've got to start giving him the ball a little bit too, because you can't just keep giving it to the same 2 guys. Because then, what if defenses start saying, all right, they're going to go to Gainwell and Sanders, and they're going to do this and they're going to do that, and they're planning for that. Well, if you get shut down, or Miles gets shut down, or Gainwell gets shut down, and you're having problems, you're going to have to throw your third back in the mix, and you can't be afraid to do that. There's a reason I wanted 4 backs. There's a reason I wanted a bit of power in this rotation, because they're not using this rotation like they should, and it's screwing us over. It's making us more predictable. The more guys you're feeding the ball around to, the less predictable you're making your offense, and the more you're opening up your playbook for certain things. And it's, I don't know. I'm going to get into a whole thing, and I don't want to carry this on super long, like this whole topic, but it is what it is, dude. I'm going to be calling for Boston Scott to get some snaps, and this is going to turn into like the same thing as I do with Tyler Buchner. Calling for him to at least get some snaps compared to I call for Tyler Buchner to start every week. So we'll see. We'll see. It would be nice if I had time to not stress over this stuff. But that's what it is. What it is. I need a second. But this game's gonna stress me out, isn't it? It's gonna be one of those games. But yeah, we're gonna flash quick over to Notre Dame before it's too late, because it is 8:06. The game just started in 9 minutes. So Notre Dame won last week. It was 41-13 win over the Wisconsin Badgers. Lee Corso actually picked us this week. I did not expect it. I really didn't. I'm excited. I was excited that he picked it. I didn't even want to look. I was like, I'm going to look after the fact to see if he was right or wrong. He was right. But they ended up winning 41-13. It was closer than people really like to give away. I'd like to admit to. It came down to the fourth quarter. Once the game was close to the end, they threw 2 straight pick sixes. One to Jack Kaiser, and I think the second was to Cam Hart. But still, once Pine went in, the offense rolled, scored, and then the 2 pick sixes really ended the game right there. Good win, moves Notre Dame up to 9. It was a good game. There was some good performance from everybody, and there was some things that really need to be worked on, but that's neither here nor there. Because, hey, a win is a... I say this for the team all the time, and I really shouldn't, but there's still another number in the win column. It doesn't matter the score as long as there's that one in the win, or another one in the win column. And that's not a great philosophy to have, but I'm just happy. I'm just super happy we won that game because that was the big rivalry game in enemy territory, even though it was a neutral site, because it was in Wisconsin. And that's Badger territory. A lot of Wisconsin fans there. I'm just happy that Chris Tyree took one to the house right after Jump Around started. And then after the game, Jump Around was heard being blasted from the locker room. If I wasn't rushing to do this stream because I had a lot of stuff going on and I've got a lot of stuff packed into the schedule tonight, I would have played Jump Around to start the stream. I also just didn't want to get a copyright strike, so I'm gonna hold off from that. But dude, it was exciting. It was a very good game. I'm happy with what happened, and some stuff sucks. Some stuff happened for that game, but I'll take it at this point. A win over a ranked opponent, so a win over a ranked opponent. Next week is Cincinnati, who I'm worried about, because right now they're our last ranked opponent as of right now, because USC just dropped another game. Ugh. And Jackson Dart went down for some time, so... Anyways, I'm going to end it on that note. I know this was kind of very quick, very rushed, kind of. There wasn't really anybody in the chat. There was a person or two that would pop in here or there. I want to say thank you for coming in the stream. Thank you for anybody who watched for a second, a minute, or the whole thing. You probably know who I am. And I will see you during the week because I didn't get time to do the video about Syracuse last week, and I will get it out this week and talking about that game and showing some of the clips and everything. And I've also got an AP poll video that I'm going to end up doing sometime in the next couple days, and a couple other things here and there. But I will update on whether or not I'm doing the podcast live or not. Probably around 5 to Saturday on my Twitter. And at 11:30, unless it gets pushed back, go check me out on Victory's channel. And I will see you guys next time. And most importantly, I will see you next week for the podcast. Unless there's news during the week and stuff comes out. But I will probably be around during the week. So you'll see me then.